back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Likeable Figures. And you know we here to see you do better and be better. My name is Major Wala, and today in this episode, we're going to be going over something that I feel like everyone needs to know. But you definitely need to know this if you are looking into or trying to repair your credit or improve your credit score, because this book of law is the weapon you need to defend yourself. Stay tuned. Wait, something isn't right. I need more branding.
Hey,
Branding.
that's pretty good.
Now, let's get into the video. Today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the FDCPA. This is the book of law that you need to defend yourself against those pesky debt collectors. The FDCPA has terms and definitions that goes with this book of law. Let's get into them. Now, when we're going over the definitions of this book of law, note to self that these words are for this book of law. Every subsection that comes after these definitions. The first word is borough. The only borough that the federal government recognizes, listen to my words, the only borough that the federal government recognizes in this book of law is the Bureau of the Consumer Financial Protection. Now you may ask yourself, I thought it was credit bureaus. What happened to the Equifax, Experian, and the TransUnion? What happened to these guys? The federal government is letting you know that those people are not considered a bureau when it comes down to the federal government. The only bureau that the federal government recognizes for its consumer debt is the Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection, the CFPB. Notice that nowhere in this statute does it refer to credit bureau. There's no such thing. Credit bureaus are considered a elaborate mechanism. That's what they put the credit bureaus under. The second word will be communication. It's conveying of information regarding a debt directly or indirectly to any person through any medium. Third word is consumer. Who is the consumer? You are the consumer. The consumer is any natural person obligated or allegedly obligated to pay any debt. You might want to remember that word allegedly. The fourth word is creditor. Any person who offers or extend credit creating a debt or to whom a debt is owed does not include any person that receives an assignment or transfer of debt. So guess what? When Verizon Wireless contact those debt collection people and try to get them to collect on that old cell phone bill, guess who's not a creditor? The debt collection party that is trying to collect on that debt, they are not credited, okay? Remember that. That's going to come in handy here on in this video. Now, the fourth word is debt. Now, I know we all heard of debt. So, everyone may think and feel that they know what debt means. And like, it's a simple word that we all may think that we know the meaning of. But let's talk about what the federal law says that is. Any obligation or alleged, there go that word again, obligation of a consumer to pay money arising out of a transaction in which the money, property, insurance, or service which are the subject of the transaction are primarily for personal, family, or household purposes, whether or not such obligations have been reduced to judgment. It's telling you what a debt is. Whether or not it's saying that you have to pay this thing or not, it's telling you what it's called when someone is placing this on your credit. Let's get it now. This is the kind of long one. So we got a second page for this one. So we're going to come back to it because we're going to talk a lot more about the term debt collector. So let's speak on location information. When you see the term location information anywhere in this statute of law, it means a consumer place of abode and his telephone number at such place or his place of employment. It's basically saying where you living at, your telephone number, and where you work at. It's not saying that they can contact you at work. It's saying the place where you work. Last but not least, actually it kind of is least, the term state. Basically, it means state, territory, possession of the United States, the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, or any political subdivision of any of the foregoing. So basically, it's anything that is attached to the United States. Now, let's go back to the term debt collector. Basically, let's go off of what the federal law says debt collector is. Debt collector means any person who's used any instrumentality of interstate commerce or the mails in any business, the principal purpose of which is the collection of any debts, or who regularly collects or attempts to collect directly or indirectly debts owed or due or asserted to be owed or due, notwithstanding the exclusion provided by clause F. We're going to get to the subsections of this verb also. Of the last sentence of this paragraph, the term include any creditor who, in the process of collecting his own debt, uses any name other than his own, which would indicate that a third person is collecting or attempting to collect such debts. For the purpose of this section, 1692F, subsection 6 of this title, such terms also includes any person that uses instrumentality of interstate commerce or the mails in any business in which the principal purpose of which the enforcement of security interests. I know that's pretty long, so I give y'all time to read over it. One of my favorite statutes of law because it helps me get the results for my clients. So, and that's all I'm about. That's what I'm about. I'm about getting results to make other people's lives a little bit much easier. The more you get deleted, the more you can get added, the more you can qualify to get added. But you have to clean up the dirty stuff before you can implement the clean stuff and the new good stuff. But I wouldn't prefer or refer anyone to just start adding new accounts on top of old dirty stuff that may or may not be inside your credit report. So in the FDCPA is what's going to help you get a lot of that nasty old debt that's on your report. It's going to help you get it off. It's going to help you get these things deleted. It has a lot of information in it that can help a lot of different people, because one thing about it, we all can benefit from it and we all can be harmed by it, by the lack of not knowing. So this is Likeable Figures. I thank you for tuning in. Tell your friends about Likeable Figures. See, Likeable Figures. It's right there on the shirt. I want you to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you get a chance, go through the catalog and watch some more of the other videos, because there might be something more that can help you, because that's what we're here for. We're here to see you do better and be better. I'm Major Wala. I thank you for watching again, and peace.